to take a helicopter flight and a boat trip to get here, but
Yes.
we're up here.
Where is Trinity?
Trinity is at Clemsic.
Clemsing.
Yeah, but I don't live anywhere near there either, so I'm used to doing a lot of driving. I lived at Semaphore.
Are you a semaphore boy?
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking...
Ah, mate, there's bloody plenty of
plenty of Darrows.
piss heads, and trust me, mate, in my day job, I see plenty of piss heads and crackheads around there. They all go live down under the jetty and stuff, man. Like,
Nice.
yeah, it's good. It's good times. The one of my customers, they've got the bottle shop. Went to work in the morning, and there was these crackheads stealing all their copper pipe off the roof.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, and then they went down into the chemist, and they're still running down the road stealing copper pipes.
I respect when people are that like fucked up, they'll go to steal metals out of walls.
They're obviously very committed to their cause.
Yeah, it's all for just a little bit of crack.
And then the worst thing was, right, they go down to the church where they go every day for free breakfast because the church gives like those people free breakfast, and they still ransack the copper pipes from the church.
Yeah, they sell the breakfast.
And all the water meters weren't turned off, so there's water just smashing down the road. So that's there's some nice areas where I live, but there's also some interesting cats.
So for people who don't know, this is the man. Are you the sole owner?
Me and Mike Turner.
And Turner, you and Turner.
Yep.
Does Turner also have a boxing gym?
No, that's
Totally different
That
person.
would be a horrific.
Wouldn't go well.
Nah, Turner's not well known for his striking. He's well known for being struck.
Yeah.
But not for actually striking. He was obviously, when he fought MMA, his strength was his durability, his grappling, his cardio, and his will to find a way to win out of bad circumstances. And he had this innate ability to give me a small aneurysm or stroke or heart attack every time he fought.
Nice.
Because he'd always get dropped or get like rocked, and then next minute he's on their back choking him. So I always say to Mike, every fight aged me about 5 years with him.
But I got a deep I have a deep love for Trinity because obviously I'm good mates with Zack, ZTB.
Yep. He's been a great help at the gym, obviously stepping up as a coach, doing some striking, and just being a good role model. Obviously, he's been through some shit in his life, as you know.
Oh, man, and just still committing to the fight and just winning. And phenomenal story.
100%. And he kind of is a good role model for younger kids who come in, or people who come in have struggled with similar stuff, and they can sit down and talk with him. So not only is he helping out as a coach, but he also does some great leadership stuff in the gym. So yeah, he's definitely a very appreciated person around the club.
And you have one of the most active gyms in Adelaide now, dude. You fucking are like every show, and you're always doing well in them. Like, you used to have no easy fights.
Yeah, we don't take easy fights, and we don't. When we lose, we tend to lose like decisions that are close.
It's never a clean up.
Yeah, it's very rare that we'll chuck someone in, they just get destroyed. Take the last DFC for example, right? We had Rahula fought John Longhead. John Longhead, former DFC champ. He got injured, didn't want to fight for the title straight back as his first fight, so he wanted a 3-round fight.
You said Vadenas?
Yeah, so then Vadenas fought Jacob Desmond on his Vadenas stood on debut. Desmond's 3-0. Vadenas has had no ACL, and wanted to fight. He was actually originally meant to fight Kato, but Kato had to pull out.
He's been unlucky with injury and stuff, hasn't he?
Very. I mean, and he went in there, and I think the difference in the fight was Jacob had a little bit more experience, so he knew how to score points at where not much was happening. Whereas Chris was wrestling well, but
Desmond's also a beast, man.
He's a fitness.
Good.
I mean, both of them were so gassed after the fight. It was a great fight. Desmond was really appreciative of it as well, because it's obviously getting to that point where he's getting hard to fight and fights in Adelaide. And then the other two fights that we won, we had Alec Burns, obviously. I think he absorbed one significant strike in the fight, got takedowns and got the back and got the submission. And then obviously Tony Cesaro going up and double championing.
Freak, man. He's like a special athlete, eh?
Yeah, he's got a crazy mindset, man. He's really good friends with Spacey.
They fucking go.
Yeah, they exactly. They work together on the job site. Spacey was in his corner with us for the first time this fight as well, helping out, which was really cool.
Jack,
yeah. He's a special individual with his mindset, and I think Tony and him have clicked because of that.
Scares the fucking shit out of me, man. Not like it's just I'm not a competitive dude.
Yeah.
And seeing like someone who's like an ultra winner, an ultra competitive dude is very like, oh fuck, I don't have that in me
I'm
at
staying
all.
away from that guy.
Yeah, just don't have that in me.
Yeah.
Like if we go in a room, you are walking out 11 times out of 10.
Yeah, he's the type of dude though. Tony will go around his house and be like, oh, we'll hit pads, we'll do a bit of work and whatnot. And then he'd be like, oh yeah, I went for a 20k run today. And then he's still like, we'll go light. And then he still hits like 30 rounds of pads. He's crazy. So Antonio hanging out with someone like that and getting that work ethic in, plus obviously the training he does is I think gonna take him from where he is now to the
Has
next
he
level.
had his pro debut yet?
Nah, so our plan, he wants 10 amateur fights, so he's at 8 now. We haven't won Interstate. We lost a close decision last time we went Interstate with him. If it was in Adelaide, he probably would have got the decision. It's just one of those hometown. The crowd kind of cheered him on. It was 29-28. I thought Tony won, but when you go to state, you've got to be more dominant. So we need to get a win into state, and we'd like to ideally at least defend one of his belts for the 10th fight. That way, soon he's only 22. So,
oh, dude, 10 fights by 23 by the time he has them.
Closer. I mean, he turned 22 in January.
Far out.
He'll probably fight 3 or 4 more times this year, and we're trying to get him a match on the M16 Open as well, just to
the greatest grappling promotion in Australia,
without a doubt. So that's why I want him on there. You get all eyes on you, so it's great like fight simulation. Get to work on some of the stuff in your game that potentially isn't your strength. Obviously, Tony wins a lot of his fights by defending takedowns and TKO and knocking people out. He does have a submission win, but he's more of a striker.
It'd be good to get into some bad positions, grappling outside of the MMA cage.
100%, man. Like jiu-jitsu bad positions. He's done a lot of jiu-jitsu comps, but they're different. You know, you got 4 matches going on. All that.
The Open's fun.
It's the crowd's there.
Heavy finishing rates, like not many decisions. Like,
oh man, you see like either a heel hook in like the first minute, or that person gasses and they get their back taken and choked or whatever.
It's fun.
It's a high paced thing and everyone gets amped up. So yeah, that's kind of the plan for him. And then we'll look at turning pro at the start of next year and whatnot.
Going for one of the big promotions.
Yeah, obviously like we have a good relationship with Eternal. I speak to Ben and Cam, and obviously Hex is a great promotion as well. If we can get something along those lines.
Apparently, Bully Beatdown's making massive. Is it Bully Beatdown Promotions?
Yeah, Damien Brown runs that. I haven't had anyone on his show.
Apparently, it's fucking really starting to pop. He's on DAZN, I believe now.
Yeah, so I speak to Jasmine Frank about. You know Jasmine?
Yes.
Yeah, she speaks really highly of that show. So yeah, Beatdown is definitely another promotion. Damien Brown looks after his fighters because Damien Brown was a fighter for a long time.
Yeah.
He understands being the
fighter first promotions.
100%.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd be really interested at getting some stuff done with Beatdown as well.
It's like the M16 Open because Miles and Adam says he runs it. He's just kind of there.
He allegedly runs it, but Miles does all the work.
Miles does everything. Adam rocks up, slaps a sticker down on the mat.
Yep.
Good to go.
And then says, "I did a great job making that show." That sounds classic, Jones.
The greatest promoter in Australian history, Adam Jones is. But it's the same, like, because they're obviously active competitors and stuff.
Yeah, they look after. They look
after some of the fighters better than fucking massive promotions do, and they're not even fucking making money from the shows.
Yeah, well, as you said, it's fighter first or athlete first. I mean, I don't count jiu-jitsu as fighting. I count it as a match.
Yeah.
It's different, like fighting to jiu-jitsu. So the jiu-jitsu match, the athletes they look after, the way they do the show. I love the format of the point scores of ADCC style as well. Like,
yeah,
IBJJF is boring to people who don't.
It's hell points heavy.
Yeah, it's a lot of points heavy.
Bit gay.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't go as far to say that because then I might get labelled it when I compete in it next under those rule set next time. And I do love that ADCC format and the way the M16 guys have put it together, and hopefully they're building to something bigger, which is on the horizon.
Yeah, hopefully it's gonna be interesting to see. Miles for years was saying we're always talking about him eventually doing like an MMA promotion, but it's just too hard, man.
100%.
We don't have enough fighters in Adelaide. Like, I was trying to piece in my head like a pitch to Hex to come to Adelaide, and I was like, we could have Isaac Richards make his debut pro. We could have like Cesaro do his pro debut. But even then, it's just there's not enough. Unless you get one of you old heads to fucking jump back in there. Like,
mate, there is something in the works for me.
For you?
As a retirement MMA fighter.
You're going to go one more?
Yeah, MMA, I want one more.
Really?
Yeah, it's in the works.
Did you say anything more?
I'm waiting on the agreement from the opponent.
this year, hopefully.
Well, ideally next TFC, just depending on the opponent. Long story. I'll tell you who it is. It's Brian Muller.
Nice.
The reason being that we fought in Muay Thai back in the day, and I like Brian. He's a really good guy. I didn't want to fight Muay Thai. I wanted to fight K1. This was on Knees of Fury.
Yeah.
I wanted to fight 3-minute rounds. I wanted to fight 5 rounds.
Yeah.
I wanted to fight at 76 kilo because I'd just come out of a MMA fight camp. None of that could happen. I had to fight at his weight, his rules, his round time, and he beat me on Muay Thai scoring. I believe I won the fight. Like, I just landed more punches and that he clinched, which obviously scores better in Muay Thai, especially back then. So when he came to MMA, I was chatting to him and said, Brian, we're going to fight in MMA and they've come to my sport. And he laughed and said, if I ever go pro, I will. So he had his amateur fights, obviously. He had his pro debut before on the last TFC against Joe Brown. Actually looked better at pro than amateur, in my opinion. He's a durable guy, good cardio. Obviously, he's got a good clinch, so elbows and stuff. And I chatted to him after, and he said he was keen. He'd do me the honour of doing it. Now, just kind of trying to wait on the timing and his coaches to accept it. But yeah, hopefully June is the goal.
Yeah, right. No shit. Congrats.
Yeah, it's something. My last fight in MMA, I don't know if people saw it or not. It was on Eternal, and so the ref stopped the fight so early. Like, I didn't even get hit. I tripped on the cage.
Oh, no.
And so I went to like turtle, and the guy hit me. He threw one punch and I blocked it, and then the ref stopped it. But I think he thought I got dropped because the guy threw a body shot at me as I was circling, and I blocked it with my forearm, and my ankle caught in the cage and I fell down. So the ref thought I got dropped, and I was like, well, I was only in there for like a minute and a half. I didn't get to see. Like, there was no conclusiveness on it. I felt very unfulfilled. Like,
You would have preferred to have gotten finished.
I would have rather, if he was going to finish me, but I wasn't hurt, right? So if he had swarmed me, he was a Muay Thai guy. My plan was to grapple with him. He had to swarm me. Potentially, I could have got hold of a single or something, take him down.
So it's left a bitter taste in your mouth.
Yeah, so I just want to see if I can go out one more time and prove it. So
that'll be... Actually, do you know what was really fun? Watching you and Miles. Dude, that was just a fun fight.
Yeah, it was too much fun.
It was so much fun, but I was like, yes, the old men are fucking gonna get at it. And I was training with Miles, and we were doing some sparring in the mornings, and you could see him it was cool. I've never known Miles part of a camp.
Yeah,
and just seeing him kind of he wasn't like locked in as in like it's his fucking the biggest fight, but he was like, I could see like parts of him like Miles when he was younger.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is really cool because he was dialed in. Like, no one wants to lose the fight.
No.
Even though like there's no bad blood there and there's mutual respect. No, you just want to beat the fucking shit out of each other.
It literally came up because he wanted to do it as a retirement fight, and he put posts out and he couldn't get anyone. So I messaged him and said, because I didn't know it was for him originally. I was like, who's the fight against? He's like, it's against me. And I'm like, oh, well, if you can't find anyone, I'll do it. He's like, oh, I'd rather not do it against a friend, but if it comes to that, and then they couldn't really find anyone, so I was like, fuck it, let's do it.
It was really fun, dude, and the whole crowd, obviously, it's between M16 and Trinity, there's like a real fun rivalry.
Yeah,
it's really fun, like a brotherly rivalry. Like, you beat the shit out of your brother.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
It's fucking awesome. It's really cool. I always have heaps of time for Trinity lads, and they got the ability to get nice and fucking loose.
I wanted more rounds in that fight. I wanted more because we was having so much fun.
Was it 6?
No, we only did 4. I would have done 12 if I could. But it was too much fun. We were just like in the last round. Obviously, I thought it was a draw, but I could see how the judges gave Miles the first 3 and me the last round.
I scored it for Miles, but that's probably biased. But it was very good fight.
When I went back and watched it, I thought he took 1 and 2. I got 3 and 4, but I can see why he won. There's no like, oh, that was a robbery. Just that was my opinion.
Was it a catch weight?
Nah, well, yeah.
You're heaps bigger than in person.
Yeah.
Like
okay.
now that I'm like, you're heaps bigger than I thought you were.
Yeah, I'm a bit taller and a bit bigger than Miles is. Miles is strong though.
He's a fucking little nugget of a human, eh?
So yeah, he's a solid lad and he's strong. But yeah, remember in the last round there was like 30 seconds to go, and we got into like a clinch and I was like, Miles, stop hugging me. 30 seconds left in your career. And he's like, in his classic voice, like, I'm just waiting for the fucking bell. Which was a good laugh between us. So that's something, obviously, a good friendship while you're punching each other in the head.
He's always been I never knew young Miles, so apparently he was a madman back in the day.
But yeah, well,
But he would have were you and him fighting in MMA at the same time, or was he more focused on Muay Thai when you were fighting?
We actually fought on the same card a few times. We actually went over to Canberra together and fought. Me, him, and Turner on the same card together, which was really cool in 2017. And yeah, we fought on MMA Down Under. We fought on MMA Down Under.
I was going to say, did you fight on MMA Down Under together?
Yeah.
Undoubtedly, probably the best promotion Australia's ever had.
Oh, mate. Greg Toyama, #1, was brilliant.
Did it just fizzle out?
No, Greg just thought he had done what he could do and wanted to
Left
pass
on
it.
top.
Yeah, and wanted to pass it on. It's a big stress running a promotion. Dave DeConte was the matchmaker. He was fighting on the show.
DeConte was the matchmaker?
He was the matchmaker.
Really?
Yeah. DeConte was the man who helped Greg get the rules through.
Kim Robinson fighting on it back in the day.
Bro, I remember like being at a comp and be like, oh my God, that's Kim Robinson, man. Like, and now I talk to Kim like regularly and he comes down every now and then to Trinity and coaches and we're mates. But back in the day, it was like, oh, that's Kim Robinson. He's a fucking...
bad man.
Yeah, he's a bad man.
He's
fought James Tahuna. He's fought James McSweeney. He's fought Anthony Parosh. He's fought them all.
He is Australia's Bas Rutten.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he is. He's Australia's very own Bas Rutten. He is such a student of the game, dude.
He's
a scary man.
What I think Kim was born 10 years too early because he was born in the era now, he would have made it to the UFC.
Oh,
he just didn't have the opportunity then because there was no way of SA like getting promotion behind anyone.
Yeah.
So if he was 10 years, if he was coming up now and doing what he was doing, he would make it to the UFC.
Just watching his workouts, I don't know his age, but he would be in his 40s.
Yeah, he's 43, 44, so I guess.
What he does is slams on his knees 200 fucking times and does 3,000 leg kicks just for a shits and giggle.
Yeah, no, he loves it. It's like in between his writing, he writes 5,000 words, then goes and does 5,000 kicks or something.
Yeah, he does like sex poetry, and then he just he does fucking. He's a strange unit. I really have time for Kim. When I did a podcast with him, he's hell soft spoken.
Yeah, he's very modest,
and soft spoken, and switched on with like current events and world events and shit and politics and
me and him have a chat a lot. That's why I messaged him after the last show. I said, "Oh, it's so good to have you commentating." But it was shit because I didn't see you out the back. So I always love talking crap to him. We always talk about world events or old boxing fights and stuff. He's a really good guy to sit down and talk to, and you can learn a lot from him.
I've talked to Craig and Greg, and they want to get me involved into DFC somehow.
What are they going to get you to do? Are you going to be like a colour commentator maybe?
Well, originally I wanted to do commentary, but they got Kim in to do it. But I would love to do it beside Kim.
Because I was saying Kim's probably not going to be able to do it all the time though. If he has someone that he's cornered, like Harry fights in there or something, Kim's obviously going to be in the corner. So I'm guessing he's not going to do it all the time.
I think I'd work really good with Kim though, because he's just an expert, and I obviously have never been in the cage.
You could be the...
I could be the John Anik.
Yeah.
And he would be like the Rogan DC.
Yes,
apparently the commentary was fantastic this time.
It was great. Obviously I went back and watched all of the fights that my fighters were involved in a couple of times. One is just watching for the sake of watching as like a fan, because when you're in the corner you don't really remember a lot what happened in the fight because you're too focused on like giving advice. And then I'll obviously go back again and watch it analytically to try and see what need to improve on and what we can implement into each fighter's game to help them advance. And the commentary with Kim was much him and Dave DeConte, when Dave did that, have done like a really high level job of commentating.
Well, Kim's good at breaking shit down.
Well, he understands positions.
It's his job. He's a journalist almost. He's just fantastic at making things relatable for fucking retards that don't understand.
100%, exactly. He can go to the lowest common denominator and make them understand what's going on. Which
is the sign of a good commentator, because like when I do commentary for the M16 Open with Tom Piro, he's so good at
he breaks jiu-jitsu
bro,
down.
You don't even have to be watching it. Like I had mates that were listening to it and they were like, I wasn't even watching, and I just knew exactly what was happening.
And then you're there just to add a bit of spice and a bit of fun to it.
Yeah, I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Break his leg.
Don't let go when he's out. Keep holding on.
Kill him.
Make Malazio pull him off.
Do you have is it true that you were on the first MMA card in South Australia?
That is true.
That is true.
Yeah,
was that MMA Down Under?
MMA Down Under 1. at the Ridley Pavilion at the Adelaide Showgrounds.
Who was headlining? Do you remember?
Yeah, Brad Thompson fought on it. I don't know if you know Brad, but he was the OG of the game. Like, he was fighting Interstate at the similar time to Kim. He was another guy. I was like, oh my God, that's Brad Thompson. So yeah, he was the main event against some guy from Perth. Brad won. I'm pretty sure he won by Kimura. So yeah, he was on it, but like Turner was on it. Nick Hughes was on it. Kerry Smith was on it.
Yeah, right.
Dylan Opitz. That's probably the main crew of people that continued to fight or continued to be involved in the game.
It would have been the wild, wild west back then, bro. It would have just been so cool to be a part of like this thing that was taking over the world.
Mate, I fucking signed up to it because I started jiu-jitsu because I met Dave DeConti. I'd done a couple of months and I met Dave.
DeConti's West Side, isn't he?
Yeah, but he was at SABJJ back in the day. When I started, he was a purple belt. He just won like Pan Packs 3 or 4 years in a row. So he was kind of like one of the best grapplers going around. And I'd done boxing since I was 12. He was like, oh, would you want to fight in an MMA show? I'm like, yeah, that sounds sick. That's a great idea. Trained for it. No nerves. Night before the fight. No nerves. Nothing. Hear my walkout song and I see my opponent in the cage and I start walking out. I'm like, what the fuck have I got myself into? My opponent, this guy wants to kill me and all these people are here to watch him kill me. And then like, yeah, it was definitely the Wild West days, but I'm glad I was part of it. And my goal, one of the other reasons why I want another fight is I want to be the last person to have fought off of that card because I think Adam Collett fought, because he did fight on that card. He actually fought Nick Hughes.
Adam Collett fought on the first card.
He fought Nick Hughes.
Really?
Yeah. And
who won?
Nick.
Really?
Yeah.
Submission?
Adam couldn't take him down. Nick outboxed him.
Really?
Yeah. So,
that would eat Adam up to this day.
To this day, as Dave Wilder would say. Yeah, but I think I'm not sure if me or Collett fought more recently in MMA, but I want to put a stamp on me being the last person from the first card to still fight.
That is actually a really good achievement.
Yeah,
that would be sick.
That's the goal.
The last of the Mohicans.
Yeah, I want to be like the old man that. Dude, I'm like the dinosaur that I'm not ready to go extinct yet.
Imagine you just walk out there, just fucking chest full of man hair, just sweating, fucking first round KO.
I want a sub. I've never got a sub in MMA.
Dude, you fucked the whole game plan now.
Well, then I'll just have to turn it into a knockout.
No.
Maybe I want 15. Maybe I want to have fun. I might stay in there for 15 minutes and just stand and bang with him.
Would that be the sweetest one? What's the sweetest victory? Would that be the sweetest victory of all time for you?
Oh, I mean, to be able to leave your gloves in the cage going off of a win.
Oh, bro. Gives me goosebumps for you thinking about it.
Yeah, and that's not going to be the end of my competition career, but it'll be the end of my MMA career.
Who would be in your corner?
Oh, I haven't decided my corner at the moment, but I'd like to go back. I get DeConti in there because he was in my first corner.
I was going to say, who was in your first corner?
So Dave DeConti was in my first corner. A guy named Dion McCallan, who was my striking coach at the time, was in there. We don't speak to each other, no beef or anything. We just haven't seen each other.
Touch.
Yeah, and the other one, Steve Riley, he's terminally ill at the moment, so unfortunately he would not be able to be in it. So yeah, DeConti, probably Turner, being that he's my business partner and he fought in the first MMA under. And then the third spot, I don't know, I haven't decided. Maybe Vidler because he's family.
Yeah, and he's good.
Yeah, and
he's a weapon.
100%, but we'll see.
It's a shame he didn't keep fighting Vidler.
Yeah, well, you know, Vidler never loved to fight, really.
He's not aggressive. I can see why. He's not like he's a pretty gentle soul.
Oh, he's very gentle. But
he's knows how to win, bro.
He's a performer.
It's just weird. Like, he was never the best. He just always knew exactly how to... Like, he'd find himself in weird positions. And he'd finish him. He's a finisher. He's a Charlie Olives.
100%. I mean, you watch all of his fights, and he's just like chucking up. Like one of my favorite ones
he fell into the triangle.
The guy threw the head kick and he just like triangles him off of it.
He just fell. He didn't even. It didn't look like he knew he had it. He just kind of naturally just fucking swung this triangle on him.
I guess I'm here now. Finish the triangle. So.
Yeah, I think that was at HQ when they. Oh, it was on.
No, that was his first. That was his first fight.
Oh, it was so good. He just had a couple
armbar on that one.
Yeah,
he was 6-1. He lost his last fight, but he didn't. He shouldn't have taken that last fight. He was preparing to go pro. The guy pulled out.
Yeah.
Went and fought amateur again. So I guess he had changed the way he was training and then he kind of fell out of love with fighting. But he's still at the gym. He coaches jiu-jitsu for us.
Bro, there's some fucking power corners. I was talking to Caden. I had him on the pod, but the podcast fucking the audio stuffed up. And we were talking about how fucking horrible it was for him to sit across from Harry and look at the corner, and it's just Kim Robinson, Miles, and fucking, I think, Benetti.
Yeah. It's a menacing corner. We always joke about fights. We're like, we look at the other corner and we're like, all right, could we beat them in a 3-on-3 or what? Like, and that's, sometimes like, so when Alec Burns fought in the last card, we're like, look across and it's Alan Hartley. Great.
Alan's a fucking lovely dude, man.
Dan Curry, savage, massive good grappler. And then it was James, who kind of floats between Element and CCMA, and then it was me, Turner, and Luke Marco.
That's a good scrap. That's a fucking good scrap.
I think we can get this one because Turner's big enough to hold someone down while me and Marco destroy the other two. But
I've never been, when I first met Alan, it was at M16, and this is when he was still in Whyalla doing CCMA up in Whyalla, and he'd come down every now and then. Never met him, just such a nice guy, and I've never ever been bashed so politely. Like, just fucking belted.
That's a great way of putting it.
Belted me, and he was like, "Oh, you're doing good, man." And he meant it. I wasn't. Like, I was not doing well. He was fucking handling me, and I was like, "What the fuck? Stop smiling, cunt."
Yeah, he was obviously, because he fought out of he managed his own fights, picked all his own fights and stuff, and then he come and trained out of Trinity for a while, and we would corner him and help him out and stuff, and it's a shame what happened with concussion with him because he had so much ability. He was just starting to go on this winning streak when it all happened. And
it's just like fucking, what's his name?
Anthony
Pugliese, man. That's the biggest what if in fucking South Oz MMA.
And then gets a bad head kick. And
that's a legit contender for a UFC belt.
100%. Pugler, and look what he does in jiu-jitsu now.
Bro, he fucks people up. He's got a guillotine from fucking Tasmania.
And the motherfucker can do it from any position. Yeah. He says like he's in like bottom side control, and you should be able to like Von Flu choke him, and he's still guillotining you.
Was he at Trinity?
Nah, he came down and trained a little bit, but most of
it was a sparring head kick. I don't know the story.
It was at Rikers.
It was at Rikers, was it? Yeah.
But he trained under Mark, obviously, who has Eastside Rolling. Mark's an OG MMA guy. Like, he was fighting back in the day when Kim and Brad and that were going to say he was going to fight for the CFC title. And funny enough, pretty much the same thing happened to Mark. Got concussed in training and then never fought again.
Some people just get so unlucky, man. It's like, how many gym wars have you, especially growing up like in the early days of MMA, how stupid we use in gyms and use like, some people just have different clocks and their time's fucking up so much quicker. Yeah,
one of Turner's favourite comments, because obviously he was always known to be durable, and then he's like, you've got a chin until you don't.
Yeah.
As soon as you, like, often when it goes, it goes. So I've been lucky mine hasn't gone yet, so let's hope that it can survive at least through my retirement MMA fight. And I'd love to do, I know Josh Frank wants to get another boxing fight for me at some point, which is also on the goals.
Just maybe ease off the rounds with Isaac Richards. He'll be fucking fine.
I'm lucky Isaac treats me very well.
I'm going to fucking urge anyone, do not fight that man for free.
You want good money because you're going to wake up and look at the sky and be like, what just happened?
Even if you somehow win, you are not getting out of that fucking fight unscathed.
Oh, man, you're going on the stretcher. One of those leg kicks.
But that Pride, shout out to Carly as well. Really like what she does with Pride.
Yeah.
That poor fucking Maori dude, bro, that he was fighting.
He had no idea what he was getting into.
You could just see his brain just getting turned into mush because he wasn't going out, which was worse. Like, he was fucking refusing to get knocked out, and he would just made it worse for himself.
He would have been better just taking the 8 count and going out or not getting back up.
Just the leg kicks, man. Like, he's just such a vicious,
Well, you see the size of his legs?
Bro, he's like he's like 115 kilo at the moment. He's massive.
He's doing all that powerlifting and stuff.
Doing discus and fucking shot put.
He could shoot from one end of this shed to the other and you still couldn't sprawl.
Yeah.
Like, that's how explosive he is. But I've been lucky that I had to jump in and spar with him many times when he was getting ready for fights, because, you know, not many people want to put their body on the line like that, or maybe I've got something a little bit wrong with me and voluntarily let him hit me. But yeah, we did a lot of work together and stuff, and it was good fun, but it's definitely probably took years off my life.
You said you damaged your shin.
So when we were wrestling, right, he took me down, but I was able to like get into a scrambling position where I was able to inside trip him, But as I inside tripped him, his knee and my shin collided and got caught onto the floor. And he said to me, "Are you alright?" I thought I rolled my ankle. I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." So kept training. Then Stan Werner came down that night and was teaching some wrestling after.
Excellent character.
Oh, 100%. And so he was using me as a demo on how to defend a single. And I was like trying to put weight on my leg, and I'm like, geez, my leg's a bit sore. I looked at it like blown up like 3 times the size. I'm like, I've rolled my ankle. Left it for like 2 weeks, just kept training. I was like, oh, this is going purple and maybe disgusting. So I went to the doctors, got scans. I had like a 6 centimeter break in my shin. But
fuck,
I did not take a day off training when it was broken. I trained every day through it.
You just got a shit your class is always pretty maxed out, eh?
Yeah, wrestling and MMA, we get really good turnout too. Some of the jiu-jitsu classes is a bit temperamental, depending on the weather, the time, and what's going on. But yeah, wrestling, we always get like 30-odd people too, which is great, because I think wrestling's the most important part of the sport.
There's a massive surge in MMA in Adelaide at the moment. I don't know if it's because younger kids are just starting that as their sport rather than like footy and shit. But M16 at the moment, like every class, I was talking to Miles, we trained together like a couple days ago, and he was saying the gym's just fucking wild at the moment, dude. Like, we need a bigger gym. Like, it's just fucking too full on.
We're the same. And
your gym's fucking huge,
isn't
it?
Yeah, and we get wrestling, like, you get 30 people wrestling, it takes up a lot of space.
Yeah.
We've got a couple young kids as well that they've chosen fighting as their first sport. There's also, I'm not playing, transition from soccer when you're 20, or I played Aussie rules till I was 18.
But now they're starting at 13, 12, bro.
And then by the time they're 16, 17, I got like a kid named Julius at our gym. He's had a couple of kickboxing fights. He wants to fight MMA, but he's too young. So he's
you got to be 18.
Got to be 18 in SA. And then another young lad who trained at Northside, and he's trained at Element, and he's come to Trinity recently as well. And dude, the guy's like, he's harder to score a fucking point on than half of my guys have been grappling for 5 years, just because he's such a scrambler. And that would have come from training under the Carusos at Northside. Like, they refuse to give up a position. So, there's some great young talent coming through.
Yeah, with that M16, they got Aaron Gonzalez.
Yeah, he's...
Fuck, bro. That's when I realised I'm too old for... I'm too casual, and I'm too old to go in and spar with the fighters fucking that are... active now.
Yeah.
Because he absolutely pumped me, and I left and I was like, he's fucking 15. And he pumped me.
You had to check your manhood.
Oh, bro. It was like
that's 1 point off of your man card.
It's like the first time I got fucking fiddled by Taylor Ford. I fucking bawled my eyes out in the car ride home. I didn't know who she was, and she just manhandled me.
And you're like, who? And then did you feel better when you looked it up and found out who she was?
Yeah, but like at the time, I remember I was driving home and I started tearing up. I was like, this is fucked. You know, when you just take something hell to heart after training?
Oh, man, I've done that many times where things have happened. I always say to the young guys at the gym when I smash them now, I'm getting old, man. In 5 years' time, I'm going to be in my mid-40s. You're going to be like 21. You're going to remember all this, so I'm going to get it in while I can. Otherwise, I'm never going to get it in.
What does Miles say? Miles says, I always... Oh, who said it? Someone told me I always want to be fit enough to be able to beat the fuck out of my kids. That's the whole goal.
That does sound like something Miles would say.
I can't remember if it was Miles, but someone told me there's my whole mission in life is to be fit enough to always fuck up my children.
Yeah, I like that motto. I think I might if I have kids, that'd definitely be part of my motto.
Like there would be nothing worse than having a 21-year-old kid in your house that could fuck you up.
Nah. Yeah.
You want to be able to fuck them up at all times.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But then again, being said, like if I have a kid, like they're starting like jiu-jitsu and
would you let yours fight if you had one?
Yeah.
You would let them?
If they want to. I wouldn't force them into it, but they'll have to do jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu's like...
Just for the
defense
and respect. I think jiu-jitsu or any martial arts teaches like kids discipline, respect, work ethic.
Wrestling's a good one too.
Yeah, wrestling, well, for sure.
If you can keep them at it.
Yeah. It's just that SA wrestling's so far away. We've got,
Does Stan do your wrestling?
Yeah.
Always?
No. So normally I coach wrestling at Trinity. I just get guests to come down, do some stuff. Alec Burns helps out a fair bit as well. I don't know if you know much about Alec. You probably see him on the M16. He had the match against Josh Day in the last M16. And,
yes.
Yeah, and he's had matches with I remember Conor Keeney went like 75-3, and his 3 losses were all to Alec.
Really?
Yeah, and Alec fought in the last DFC. He fought Boaz from CCMA.
No shit.
Alec won by submission. It was his MMA debut. He's one of my other guys. Like He's like really close friends with Marco as well, and I see them roll. Alex 70 kilo, but he gives Luke a hard time. Like, see him pass Luke's guard, I see him really make a choke Luke sometimes. I also see him get leg locked a lot by Luke. So they're watching them roll is really good fun. He's another one. He's 22. So, and because he's similar size to Cesaro, they're perfect like training partners together. They like Alex such a good grappler, and obviously Tony's such a good striker. They kind of work each other, and they improve each other so much.
It's like a rolling ball. All you need in a gym is you need 2 really elite fucking athletes, and then it snowballs down to all of the ones learning.
100%.
You need just 2 dudes that are really competitive with each other, and then it just snowballs down, and everyone starts leveling up slowly.
Yeah, you're spot on the money there. Even like Rahula, like he's similar weight to Antonio. We've got a lot of guys around like lightweight, bantamweight, and featherweight division at the moment.
That you like small
so
size. But good. Trinity's always been like always had big dudes as well.
Yeah,
from memory.
Now we have less of the bigger guys, more of like that size fighters.
It works good when you all got similar sized fighters.
100%. So me and Miles have chatted recently. Hopefully we're gonna get him down maybe next weekend. Bring Crane down.
Bro, that would be such good rounds with him and Cesaro.
That's what I thought, and also if I can get Alec to try and wrestle with him, because he's obviously fighting that Lewis Joseph.
Yeah.
And I don't think Lewis Joseph can strike with Crane. I think he'll be able to try and wrestle him, but if Crane can stuff a few takedowns or get up a couple of times.
Strong, man. So athletic.
His striking's pretty good to watch, Crane, as well. He fought one of my guys, Sammy, back in the day.
He's had wars already, dude.
Oh, man. Crane Crane hit Sammy with this spinning back kick to the liver. I don't know how Sammy didn't fold and die. Somehow Sammy was down every round. He won by rear naked choke in the last round.
For people who don't know as well, Crane's legs are the size of fucking tree trunks.
That's what I was going to say. That's why. How does he make featherweight? His legs are huge. He's so powerful.
You know those people where you're like, how do you make the weight? They just hold it in different areas.
Yeah.
Like,
he's all in his legs.
Bro, his legs are fucking massive, and he's got massive ass as well, so it's just all power.
Yeah,
like just all driving forward power.
100%.
Really interesting person to watch fight. He would be probably the most stressful dude at M16 to corner.
Miles would be,
because he has the ability to fall into a war.
He loves it.
Yeah. I don't know, as a coach, you'd know better than me. Every time you're sending one of those fighters out, you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, that's what, I was like that with Turner. I'm like, well, every time Rahula fights, I'm like, well, he's going to be in a war here. Like,
do you just have to kind of let him go?
You try to rein him in or whatever, but sometimes you can't put a saddle on them and pull them back. Otherwise, they get
to their detriment as well, and it's much what happened to Gouchi. Gouchi fucking used to really thrive in chaos, and then he tried to get held technical, and it didn't work.
Yeah, and then you look at like not his most recent fight, but the fight before with Rafael Fizz.
Oh, Fizz was a fucking animal too,
Fizz was piecing him up, and then Gouchi just decided to stop fighting technical. I'm just going in there and swinging, and he landed that uppercut, changed the whole fight.
Yeah.
So yeah, sometimes you got to let him live on chaos. So hopefully we get Crane down to spar with some of the guys, because it'll be great for my guys to get to experience it, and also great for him.
It'd be dope to host, like, because Alan used to do Intra-Clubs, but it was pretty hard sparring. It was just fucking fights, pretty much.
Mate, I had to jump into a couple of them because people didn't rock up, so I had gear there, and Alan's like, can you spar this guy? Can you spar that guy? I'm like, yeah, sure, no worries. And I remember sparring one of the guys. I'm not going to mention his name. He's fought, though. I swear he tried to knock me out 5 or 6 times where I'm, like, love tapping him. And I was thinking, dude,
some of them were just fights.
Do you know what I could do to you if I wanted to? I took him down at the end because I was like getting a bit frustrated. Kato was reffing. And I sent Kato over to talk to him and said, tell the guy I'm like trying to give him an experience here. I'm not trying to fight him because I've had fights. I don't need an inter-club fight. But if he tries to knock me out again, I'm going to have to hurt him. And so he hit me with this big leg kick at the start of the round. So I was like, took him down, put him in like 5 rear naked chokes, but just let go. Because obviously I can't win. Like, you're not going to be a pro fighter and go into an inter-club and beat someone who's trying to get an experience. You want to give them 9 minutes. But I've gone in there with other guys, done 9 minutes with them, and they've been great. They've worked. I let them take me down, and I'll take them down and see what techniques they use to get up.
It'd be fun to host like yearly. Fuck, I could even fucking actually work on this. It'd be dope yearly to host like a inter-club between like 4 gyms and do like a derby, like CCMA, M16, Cardio Flex and Trinity, and just do open like a like a hard sparring day and have like
Yeah.
a tournament style
I'd be down for that for sure.
with a like just a trophy at the end, and then the next year trophy's back up for grabs.
That'd be cool.
Just two
That's a
weight
good
divisions.
idea.
Just or maybe like one women weight division. If any, actually M16 doesn't have any female fighters at the moment.
The only person that we've got female wise that
It's really
would be
dropped.
Amy
MMA,
Lambert.
women's MMA in South Australia's really dropped off. There was so many fighters back in the day.
yeah, well, literally now it's Talia.
Yeah, Talia's it from, and she's fucking lives in Whoop Whoop.
Yeah, she lives down at Barossa somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, Amy Lambert obviously competes in jiu-jitsu. She's had Muay Thai fights as well.
Muay Thai. I was going to say Muay Thai's kicking pretty hard at the moment.
100%.
I don't,
Obviously,
it's got a resurgence, dude.
a lot of that's come from obviously like someone like Carly putting in so much effort with the promotion and promoting female fighting.
She's
as
made
well.
it exciting again, and then knees. I don't know what's happening with knees again.
Well, they're coming back apparently. I know the issue is they're having problems getting matches.
Yeah.
From what Shepster's kind of said.
I heard it might not be going. I don't know.
Yeah, look, I'm not sure. I hope for Matty Stevens' sake it is because I know he's.
I hope it is too. I want to see him fight on home soil.
Yeah.
I don't know if worst comes to worst, he should just fight on fucking Pride.
Or chuck him on DFC. Put him in cage Muay
Right,
Thai on
put him in.
DFC.
I fucking would not want to fight that cunt in 4 ounces.
Oh, well, even if he doesn't fight in fours, it's still just.
No,
chuck him
it'd be
in
so
cage.
fun to watch.
Oh, I'd like to watch.
Who would fight him?
I just don't want to be the guy standing across from him.
Who the fuck is going to take that job?
Well, you got to fly someone in, don't you?
You'd have to.
You have to fly someone in, or you have to find someone who's maybe living under a rock and has never seen the internet. And they'll be like, yeah, I'll fight this guy.
I would have loved to have seen him and Jordan Fielding back in the day.
I got Matty if I had to pick.
I would have to say Matt, but
Yeah.
I've seen
Jordan's gun.
bro. I seen Jordan do some heinous shit to people.
Oh yeah,
but he's smaller as well.
yeah. I think Matty just has more tools in his shed.
His boxing is so elite for Muay Thai.
100%.
He has boxer's hands.
He's kind of like not with his kicking style, but his boxing style in the John Wayne Parr mold, where you know, like all the other guys, they concentrate on their kicks so much and their elbows and their knees, and they didn't let their boxing thrive. Whereas John Wayne Parr was a good boxer. Obviously, he started as a boxer, and then he allowed that to open his kicks up, and that's kind of where Matty falls in. Because he works with Richie Elliott, man. I mean, if you're working with Richie Elliott, you're gonna get fucking good boxing, aren't you?
I bloody had to like mute John Wayne Parr's notifications because they make me so upset, eh? On Instagram, he's like, you can see some deterioration,
Yeah.
and it's like the Tourette's thing. He's have you seen the tick he has now?
Nah, I didn't know.
He has like he posted a video. He's been dealing with it for a few years. He like frantically shakes randomly,
Oh, that's
and he
horrible.
like stutters heaps, and he gets upset.
Yeah, right. So that's obviously
It's a
real
CTE.
CTE signs.
But
there.
apparently, he's like taking medication for it, and he's better now. But when I seen that, I was like, "Fuck, that's so sad." He's the nicest bloke in the world.
Yeah, you don't want to see that. Hey, don't tell me that. All right, I'm getting old and I'm still in the gym every day sparring.
He's
Don't tell me that.
He's had, but he's one of those dudes, bro. He's copped so much damage.
I'm sure he also was a gym war guy
Oh,
too.
Muay Thai dudes
Yeah.
used to just fucking
Bang.
fuck on, dude.
They fight in the gym.
Like fuck sparring Slawinski and fucking all those guys back in the day.
No, hell no.
Just die.
Hell no. I saw the bag that I used to go to Rikers a bit when Dave DeConti was one of the part owners there very back in the day. And they had to put in this bag. It was about 4 times the size of a normal bag just for Slawinski because all the other bags he'd break.
Was Slawinski at Rikers?
He was at Rikers.
I
for a bit,
thought
yeah.
he was at. Oh, so did he train at Flinders as well?
He floated everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was at Rikers for a bit as well. He used to teach class there and he'd do some work with Jeremy and whatnot. And he had Nerman Zavanovic, who was like an Eastern European boxer that moved over to Australia. They had like 300 plus fights or whatever. And then he had like 7 or 8 pro fights. And he would do some work with Slawinski on his boxing.
Who else was the man back in the day in Muay Thai? I seen him the other day.
Charles August was always a man to watch.
The South Australian. He's like he's really reminiscent of the Spacey brothers. Fuck. His prime was like in the mid to early 2000s. His name Gary Williams.
I don't know Gary Williams. I don't know.
Gary Williams? I believe it might be Gary Williams. He used to be a fucking savage as well. Muay Thai in South Australia used to be so good, and it's dope it's made a resurgence. But there's fighters at M16 now. We just didn't have Muay Thai fighters for years.
Yeah.
No one wanted to fight Muay Thai. There's
No, yeah.
nowhere to fight.
Yeah, when Knees disappeared, where did you go?
Yeah, knees
So-
used to be so good.
Like, used
back
to have
in the
Knees
day,
like
dude.
4 or 5 times a year. And then obviously with Shepster moving to New Zealand and not having, and he promotes over there and only coming here every now and then. It kind of, but it's opened the door, as I said, for Pride, and obviously Pride do a great job. I love how they do the amateur card and then the pro card.
I like it. It's and also you don't have to attend both. So if you, because that's a lot of fucking fighting to watch.
Yeah.
But if you're into it, that's so much value for money, dude.
Awesome. Or if you're a casual, you'll go and you'll watch your person fight, but you don't have to worry about watching 10 amateurs fight before the pro card, or you don't have to hang around for the pro card.
Yeah, and I like what DFC's doing with the cage Muay Thai now. It's just so fun, man. Like that Leondaris fight, that spinning fucking hook.
Yeah. Apparently he'd been practicing that.
Oh, I had in my notes that because I took down notes because I thought I may be commentating, so I took down a heap of notes of fighters.
Yeah.
And one of them was he's like got a good chance to land like a crazy fucking spinning attack.
Yeah.
Because he just comes from this lineage of fucking beasts, dude.
Yeah, 100%.
He's coming on the podcast in the next fortnight.
Oh, awesome. He's actually going to start doing some grappling.
I've heard he's going to dabble.
He's dabbling down and coming to do some wrestling with us.
Yeah, Adam Jones told me the same thing. So I believe they had that First Nations program.
Yes.
And I think Leondaris did a couple of them, and Jonesy was like, is it like any fighter, any good striker can go into a jiu-jitsu class and just by instinct their anti-jiu-jitsu is better than most people.
100%.
They don't want to be on their back.
Yep. They scramble hard. That's what, like, I heard stories of how good the Spaceys were at grappling.
Yeah, it's just they don't want to be there.
And they've got the mindset of not losing.
It's
so
like
they'll fight every position.
It's like putting a fucking Rottweiler in a corner. It's like he's going to want to get out the fucking corner. He doesn't know how, but he's going to
find a way.
He's going to find a way to get out of that corner.
100%.
And that's what, like, the Spacey brothers were fucking... They're just special athletes, dude.
Yeah. Mindset crazy.
Insane. Like...
Great blokes, though.
Awesome dudes.
Even though they've cornered against me, I was giving Jack grief about this when me and him cornered Cesaro together. I said, "You were against me last time, but now you're in the corner with me." And I didn't think he knew how to take it until I explained
Who did he corner?
Miles when we boxed.
Oh yes.
So it was a good laugh. But nah, since then, after that we've chatted, and I got a lot of time and obviously a lot of respect.
Do you find, because a lot of people do you watch MMA?
Yeah,
you do.
I watch a lot of MMA, but not to the extent that I used to before I was a head coach.
It's time consuming, man.
Bro, to watch every card, and they pump so much out, I have to watch the cards I'm super interested in.
Kevin Gastelum's fighting today.
Yeah. No, he's not.
Isn't he?
It's off. His fight's off.
Did he not make weight?
Nah, something to do, I don't know what happened. Something to do with travel, but that fight was off. But yeah, there's a card on today, right? I just don't have time to watch every card. I have to watch a lot of local MMA, right? Because if I'm looking at matchups for guys, I have to study their opponent and come up with a game plan. If I'm doing that and then watching UFC and stuff, and then going and coaching and training, it doesn't become a passion anymore. It becomes your job. And if it becomes your job, you don't love it as much. That's why I have a day job.
I enjoy watching Contender Series more than anything.
Yeah?
I love watching the Contender Series.
Why? Just because of the guys fighting for their contract? Or?
They just scrap. Like
they got to leave an impression, don't they?
Yeah, and they just fucking... And it's cool seeing up-and-coming talent. And when you mix, like, people that are on different levels, like someone that is destined to be in the top 10 with someone that is just good, that's when highlight reels happen. And there's some crazy shit happens on Contender Series. Yeah,
and look at some of the guys that have come out of it.
Australia killed it last year on it.
Yeah, I actually thought when Gouchi and Anthony Dillerich fought...
It's hard.
I thought it was rough that neither of them got a contract.
Yeah,
I thought they put on a really good, high-skilled fight. And the flyweight division's so shallow in the UFC.
I think chuck them in.
Put him in. Put him on the next Australia card against...
Might still happen.
I hope so.
Gouchi's good, man.
Yeah. One of my guys, Gavin Toyama, fought him back in the day and took him to the brinks, but Gouchi won by a decision. But Gavin had him down, and I think Gavin rushed. And I think if he didn't rush, he might have been able to finish him there. But this is early in Gouchi's career. He's a beast now. He's filled out he's had too many injuries, unfortunately, for him. But I think him and Drillich should both be in the UFC.
Yeah, I remember. It's weird when you meet someone a lot of people talk about fucking auras and shit of when you can see someone's special.
Yeah,
bro. When I fucking went over to Hex and saw fucking Webb fight.
Oh, Harry Webb.
Bro,
yeah.
When I saw that cunt fight, I was like, oh.
So here's a take for you. Obviously, who wins, him or Tony Caruso?
So people don't know this. I fucking told Webb to do that.
Yeah.
So after his fight, I had a camera on me and I was fucking drinking. I was getting loose and I was
Doesn't
like,
sound like you.
I was fucked. I was filming a video for Hex.
Yep.
And I went to the corner after, like, congratulated him because he just knocked out Bayada, the African dude.
Yeah, I know the guy you're talking about. And that guy's good, man.
Bro, and he went up a weight division and knocked him out. And I was like, dude, I knew Caruso was coming back to Australia from Killcliff. And I was like, he's a massive name. It would be a fucking good fight. And I reckon it would rally. I reckon there could be enough shit there to cause, like, a cool rivalry.
100%.
And now he called him out, and then fucking Caruso didn't accept, and now Caruso's ready, and Harry's fucking not accepting. Yeah. Like, I reckon there is I personally think it hasn't helped Caruso that he's waited so long.
Tony was at the gym yesterday, and he's heading over to see kickboxing to do some training in I think next week.
Yeah,
for a
shortly.
month.
I've seen.
And hopefully getting them. They said they might be getting a fight in New Zealand or whatever, because obviously Brando Perisic's over there, and Tony and Brando are still friends. They kind of met through training and they've kept in touch and whatnot. And yeah, I agree with what you're saying. Like, I think Tony needs to fight. He fought in the boxing card, which was sick. Like, he got a fight. He needs to fight MMA.
Yeah, he needs to just do MMA.
If he, in my opinion, him and Harry Webb, the winner of that fight probably gets signed.
Yeah, it depends. The thing with Caruso is the age factor now. It's like, do the UFC sign? But if he convincingly beats Webb,
if he finished Harry Webb, for example,
if he does it in ecstatic fashion, it would be hard for, like, the UFC not to at least give him a contender series fight. It would be hard, but I just feel like he's not making it easier for himself not fighting MMA.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, we've had this conversation, and Tony's had trouble. Obviously, Martinez sort of stuffed him. That was rough.
I'd love to watch that fight.
Man, Martinez looked good at welterweight. His last fight,
he looks good.
I watched Martinez at lightweight in person, and I was like, dude, Tony will kill this guy. Then I watched him at welterweight, and I was like, holy shit, like a different this guy needs to stay at welterweight, because he is a savage at welterweight. Yeah. He's too big for lightweight, man. The cut diminishing returns.
See, that's even like. I hope that fight happens. I just want to see it. There's enough shit talk now where I want to see it. Sure. And shout out to John Campbell, who is maybe the most aggressive coach of all time. He's fucking hilarious.
You know what's funny? Like, I know John. I've fought in the card of his students several times and spent time with him in Canberra, and he's such a quiet, low-spoken guy.
He's
He has just become a biggest troll online. He's taken a leaf out of like friggin' Adam Jones and Craig Jones's book.
He's so funny. He always messages me, and
his Christmas thing.
Yes.
Merry Christmas to everyone except for WMA and anyone that calls themselves the Spartan. I was like, that's ace trolling, but
it's very funny.
I want the fight to happen because, as a fan,
I think it's hard at the moment because of the tragedies that have happened with their gym.
That sucked.
It's fucking bit sus.
Yeah. But I don't know what happened. I just know that the gym got burnt down. So that's all I want to know.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. It's crazy, like, stuff. But that's the fight to make. In Australian MMA, that is the fight to make. Webb needs a gym to fucking train at, though.
Yeah. Is there like a timeline on how long till they'll be back up?
I don't even think the gym might be the issue. I believe that what was the last fight he had on the late replacement? Who was the late replacement? And it was a war.
Harry.
Nah, Harry Webb fought.
Yeah, he fought that guy that came in
on like a couple days notice.
That guy was tough, man.
I don't know if like a short.
That wasn't the best Harry Webb because
short notice fight, and you're preparing for someone else, and then this dude comes out with nothing to lose, just fucking swinging.
It's you look back at like when
that fucked up his jaw though, so I'm not sure if he still has jaw injury.
So out for a bit.
Yeah, because I believe the jaw you really need to fucking heal.
Oh, if he doesn't, then you're gonna be chinny.
Yeah.
So maybe end of year it can happen.
Oh, I hope they make that fight, dude.
If Harry doesn't get signed beforehand, but I think that Harry probably needs one more win. I don't think the UFC are gonna look at someone who's 5-0.
I would love. I'd probably need fucking you and Miles here to separate them if it happened. I would love to sit there and just have both of these cunts here and just let them talk it out. That would be so fun because they don't like each other. I don't think now. I think it's gotten to the point where
Yeah.
they might not like each other as people.
I'm not sure. Probably not. I don't know Harry, to be honest. I've never met him.
Harry's a really nice dude, but I don't think they like each other.
Yeah, no. Well, it sounds like you've got a little bit of insight in that. So, I don't know. Tony hasn't really said that he doesn't like him or anything to me.
Tony's a martial artist. He respects anyone who steps in the cage.
Tony just wants to fight him. And
He just needs to fight though. He just needs to fight
no,
MMA.
I'm with you. We need to get him. He needs to get a fight, or hopefully they get him one where he's over in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Gets a win. Maybe it's a good win over there. Comes over, all of a sudden the fight Harry's ready. It becomes a more attractive fight because Tony's coming off of a win. Harry's coming off of an injury. Then let's make that fight happen.
When Webb says, "Oh, I'm not going to fight you," blah blah blah, he's just doing that to spite him. He will fight him if a contract is presented to him. He will say yes. Yeah, he's not going to not give him the fight.
The right offer comes up, they'll both take it. It's just time. I guess it's got to be good timing now. And yeah, Tony. Hopefully,
has Tony ever fought an Eternal?
Yeah,
he has.
Yeah, so when Eternal came to Adelaide, he fought on it.
Yes,
twice.
he fought when Miles fought.
Correct. Yeah, when Miles fought Ryan Gray.
Yeah, was that his retirement fight?
Nah, Miles. Oh, hang on.
He fought because I had a table at the event.
Miles lost his belt that fight.
Yes.
To Ryan Gray, which was pretty heartbreaking to watch because I know Miles,
at the Titanium Arena.
Miles had beaten Ryan in the past, and I know Miles was better. I just think he just got caught in a guillotine and maybe fighting at home for the first time in a while.
Moment. There was a big crowd.
I'm not sure if he fought MMA again after that. You might be right.
I believe that was his retirement fight, and then Tony headlined that card.
Yeah, Tony. Yeah,
and that was the last time Eternal came, besides when they were on Hindley Street, I believe.
I headlined that card.
Did you?
Yeah. And that was the last time they came because, man, that was the shittest venue to have a fight at HQ. It's too small. The cage, they use the north side cage, that tiny cage. It's like 2 steps back and you're on the cage so that they can fit people in. It's a terrible venue for a fight. But Titanium was bad because they couldn't fill it. They really should have went to like the Bridgeway Hotel where like they do that. Where like Element did their show there. DFC have done a couple of and the Golden Grove Rec Centre. That's a good place to have shot fights as well.
This one here that Miles found the other day. This is perfect. I believe it's called the Space. The Space Room or something. It's like fucking elite. The Space Theatre. I'm trying to find it. Here, this one.
Are you hinting that potentially there could be something happening at the Space? Oh yeah.
No, but isn't that nice for fights?
Yeah, because everyone can see.
It
doesn't matter where you're at. It's in the fucking city.
Yeah.
That's killer.
How good's that for MMA?
That'd be awesome.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, see, like doing a holy shit.
I don't think that's it.
No, I was going to say.
But yeah, I think it's in the Adelaide Festival Centre.
Yeah, that's cool.
We need...
I can't imagine it'd be cheap to hire.
You could sell it... If Eternal came here and they put together... Say you put Webb... Who would you put? You'd put Webb and Caruso as the main.
Yeah.
You could put...
Pros-wise, like...
Who would co-main that?
You've got to do a 5-fight, at least pro fight, right? So you're thinking, who are the pros in South Australia?
Well, you'd have Cesaro make his debut as a pro.
And potentially
Isaac. There's 2 fucking absolute bangers.
Mate, if Eternal said to me that they're coming back and they need a co-headline, I'll do it.
Let's make... So you got Harry Webb and you got Caruso headlining.
Yep.
Who do you put under them? Well, who's the most? Who's one of the biggest pros we have here? You could put fucking Brando on the card.
You fly Brando back.
You could fly Brando back. You could put him as co-main.
Yeah. Chuck on J. Curl. He's had 10 pro fights. Chuck him on. Chuck on maybe Nick Edwards, like the geezer. He could fight.
You fucking put Edwards on there. That'd be dope. Cesaro and Isaac making their debuts.
There's
and then
6 fights.
Fucking.
And then you go to Zack Gregson.
Crane.
You chuck on. I've got a couple other guys that you could. Yeah, you could make a card. Obviously, Cardioflex could chuck on 1 or 2 if they would, but I know in the past they hadn't. But we kind of mended that relationship in a way because obviously there was a big rift between Cardioflex, Craig and Eternal. But so Louis Passon, who trains at Cardioflex, he also trains at Trinity now. He's doing that for about 18 months. We went over to Eternal Perth together. It's Cesaro and Louis fought on Eternal, and Craig came over with us, and they kind of squashed their beef a bit. So potentially you could get a couple guys because Lyle Karim, or however you pronounce his name, the one that lost on DFC at the main event, if he's fit, that dude is good enough to be in the UFC, man. He trained with Drakus in South Africa. He trained at Absolute, and he was mauling people there.
Yes.
He just wasn't, in my mind, he's just had a kid. He's running a business.
So there's a lot to
There's
fit
a lot
in.
to go in and fight. If he was fully focused, put him in there, he can make it with anyone.
All right, so Eternal, I'm making you a proposition. Come to Adelaide, hire out the Festival Theatre room, and put on a fucking Eternal show in Adelaide again. It'll sell. South Australia is the most fucking slept on MMA state in
100%.
Australia.
We
We fucking love it, dude.
We love it.
I'll watch two crackheads fight over a chip if I could do it.
Yeah, I'll put my retirement fight on there too if DFC can't make that.
I am gonna put. I've not asked him whatsoever, and Jess is definitely gonna kill me. Miles Simpson will make his return to the cage. He would never.
Even if it's to be the announcer.
Yeah, it's
Except
gonna
he'd
be.
lose his voice by the second fight.
It's gonna be Bynoe and Miles running it back.
No, I'm sick of losing to Miles. Stop.
They're gonna run it back.
We're not running it back. I don't want to lose it. I joked this to him the other week because I really want to do combat jiu-jitsu Sunday. And so I said,
That looks fucking brutal.
I just want to do it once. Say I've done it. Like every sport that you can legally do fighting wise, I want to say I've done. Because I've done Muay Thai, I've done jiu-jitsu, I've done boxing, I've done MMA. I haven't done combat jiu-jitsu. I was gonna do it recently, but had to get it. I couldn't get my medical done in time. Long story short, got a genetic heart condition, so every time I fight, I have to get my cardiologist to clear me. Can't get into a cardiologist with a week's notice. You can book in 2-3 months in advance unless it's an emergency.
You'd have to go out of Adelaide to do it. It's not sanctioned here, is it?
Well, they put
You
it
can
under,
do it in a cage.
They put it in a cage, which I was happy to do, right? And then I put my name down because Element did some on their show. And they're like, oh, what about you and Miles do it? And I was like, I'm not going against Miles again. He's beaten me twice. I'm not fighting Miles anymore, all right? Give me someone else. I'm sick of losing to Miles.
When Miles did that combat jiu-jitsu match.
That was brutal.
Fucking that dude tried to kill him. He fucking slammed him to the fucking ground.
Miles fucked him up, though.
And the bloke, Miles, is like, this dude is not the weight he's saying he
Oh,
is.
100%. Yeah.
He is a 100-kilo man.
Lucky, Miles busted him up, though.
Miles bashed him.
He busted him up.
Bashed
dude.
him. But
that's where so in SA, you can't do that.
dude, fuck
You
off.
have to do that, and
Fuck
it has to
off
have
on
an
that.
angle.
Oh.
So it's really just a spanking, not a slapping.
You can still fucking really damage someone with an open hand.
Oh, for sure. If you get the right angle and you get the right distance.
Dude. But yeah, I reckon Eternal, you got Webb, Caruso, you fly Brando back, give him fucking a heavyweight. You do...
Brando's already beaten their heavyweight champ. Rematch. Let's go.
Rematch that. You got Isaac Richards could make his debut. You got Cesaro could make his debut. You got legends like Crane Burke. You got fucking...
Zach Gregson.
Zack. You got fucking... Anyone, dude. Fucking all these people. Like Nick Edwards would be dope to see in the tournament.
100%.
He's a fucking animal.
You'll fill a card, and if you get the right venue and you market it well, and you do it at the right time of year, you will sell it.
And give me free tickets and like let me do something.
Yeah,
I really want to get Cam on.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Cam's an interesting guy. He's good to talk to.
Apparently, he can't understand a fucking word he
You'll
says.
need a translator,
Yeah.
and you'll need subtitles on the thing. But it'll be very worthwhile. Maybe bring
His daughter's Casey O'Neill.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. She's good.
maybe bring her over as the translator.
Yeah. Yeah. Have her translate. But you could fucking get Casey. Oh, she's in the UFC.
She fought in the
You could
last
put Talia on as a girl fight.
100%.
Dude, that's fucking dope. Let's go.
And she's ready to go pro. She said when I spoke to her at the last EFC.
Throw her in the deep end immediately. I don't know how deep the women's division. Do they have a women's division in the total?
They have put on women's fights before, so I'm guessing I don't know.
Dude,
who's currently in
but
it,
having like her fucking on the opening up the card, or
Yeah.
even as the third fight, because she's fucking
she get good
a
following,
weapon, dude.
She's a good following. She's got obviously people that have followed her back from her Muay Thai days, and obviously people always get behind the local, especially if it's the only female fight and she's fighting someone from interstate. That'll bring a crowd.
Well, they could do it. Australia needs more. Like DFC do a great job. Don't get me wrong,
100%.
but we need more. You need more.
I agree. Like every card, right? I could nominate 8 or 9 people with the DFC, but
Just can't do
you
it.
can't do it.
Yeah.
Number one, she can't get matchups for 8 or 9 people. And number two, I can't physically coach 8 or 9 people in a fight camp on the one card.
And it's also it adds like an element of pressure that isn't with DFC, whereas it's on the UFC Fight Pass. So it's also a little taste of like a different style of pressure.
Well, how did we not mention Tim Rogers? Like, put him.
Put Tim in.
As soon as his ankle's better, put Tim back on.
Give the kind of fight again.
Yeah, he's ready. He wants to fight again.
Give him a good weight cut. He fucked up his weight cut last time.
I know. He lied to me. Very disappointing. He kept lying to me about his weight. I didn't realize how much he had to cut.
Yeah, because he fighting under Trinity.
He fought under Trinity / Cardioflex, right? But I do a lot of his nutrition, weight cutting, and that type of stuff because that's what I did for a job for a long time. And he kept telling me the weight, and he admitted to me after he lied about his weight and stuff. And he knows he didn't do everything. He knows that if he had have done everything he did when he fought Jesse Medina,
he would have
beat Dom.
It wasn't a good representation of
Tim.
Who he is
He's
as
so
a fighter.
much better than that.
Tim is. I've seen videos of
weapon.
him sparring people, like very high level people.
Yeah,
and he's
touching them up,
touching them, dude. Such a weird, unorthodox striker.
Oh, so Tim's one of those guys, right? You talk about in fighting, like getting someone's timing or rhythm down.
He doesn't have it.
He doesn't have a timing.
He throws shit when he throws shit when he's not meant to, and it catches you.
Yeah.
And he lunges in and explodes at weird times.
He's got farm boy strength too. He used to be a big fat kid.
Yeah.
So he's like, if you ever seen his photos of him.
Yeah, he said to me.
This big fat kid, but he kept like that fat farm boy strength, but in a smaller body, and he hits. It's like a fucking getting hit by a club.
Yeah, so I would love to see Tim back in the cage.
You know who else we need to get on the card? The Fizz.
Bro.
Bring out the Fizz. We need the Fizz on the card.
Fizz is my favourite retard. Out of every disabled person I've ever met, Fizz is my favourite one.
He's going to listen to this podcast.
He's going to take that as a compliment. He'll love that.
He's going to listen to this because he's going to want to see that we mention his name. Because if we didn't, he'll get shitty.
Fizz is the best. Do you know what? I don't even know if they'd make weight. Put Fizz and Ryan.
Cooper.
Fucking Ryan and Fizz.
Ryan.
Fight to the death.
Yeah, death fight. No rules.
And you're allowed to bite.
Yeah, well, Ryan would be a dirty cunt then.
Fizz will bite straight away.
Yeah, but Fizz will like it.
Yeah, Fizz will. He's a fucking strange little unit.
Ryan Cooper's from Mount Gambier, mate. He'll fight dirty.
I've heard Fizz likes them thick too.
There has been some thickness. I'll tell you a story at the gym one day. This is years ago. He has changed his profile to potentially go towards more attractive ladies, but back in his day, it was, beggars can't be choosers. And Tim says to him at training one day, because Fizz would just make funny comments. He goes, Fizz, have you ever fucked a girl that's lighter than you? Fizz stands there for a minute, looks, and he goes, oh, there was this one Sri Lankan chick. And then we all just burst out laughing. He had to really think about it.
Apparently he does like thick and juicy, but dude, someone's got to do it, and I respect it.
Hey, everyone's got to get laid, right?
It's so funny because Fizz was training at M16 for a bit, and him and Ryan, they have this really weird rivalry where they get on each other's fucking nerves because I think they were training partners for a long time.
A lot of time at Trinity, they would get partnered up together because they were similar size and whatnot. So they've always had
a rivalry, but it's funny because someone will give Fizz shit or Ryan shit, but as soon as one of them gives each other shit, they get really personal with it, and it goes too far.
Yeah, Fizz is takes it from anyone, but yeah, Ryan. And
they just get on each other's nerves.
It's hilarious.
Let's fucking match them up. That'd be fun. Fizz is good, man. He's a real hard-working dude.
The issue with Fizz is he struggles to step up at competition time. It's almost like he gets overwhelmed by the nerves of a big comp.
He's a very shy man as well, and he's
maybe we need to give him 4 or 5 drinks before he fights.
Honestly, maybe 2 or 3 scotches
and he'd be loosen
fine.
up.
Yeah, because he I don't think he performs to his best ability in the cage.
He's one of those guys that's when he's in the gym,
he's a demon.
Yeah, if he could bring that into the cage.
He also has just been unfortunate to get unlucky circumstances. wasn't he a fucking... you thought it was an illegal knee, but knees were fucking...
There was no knees to the head in that fight that we knew of. So when you get kneed in the head, right, his first reaction was to go like that to the ref to say, I've been kneed in the head. But obviously, Najoki, which is not on his fault, he thought there were knees to the head. He just keeps teeing off because that's his job as a fighter. So miscommunication. In Iska's props since then, they at the weigh-ins and at fight night, they go to every fighter. Because it happened to Adam Collett as well.
Yeah, I remember that.
And they accepted the knees to the head on the night. You get asked beforehand now, knees yes or no. So that's been brought in because of what happened in the Fizz fight, which I think is a good step forward because
Because that fucked him up.
well, I'm not saying he would have won the fight. We don't know. I mean, Najoki looked good. He's been looking good. He he's improving every fight. So potentially he still wins that fight. But to go out that way, where you didn't think that was legal,
Yeah.
and you stop fighting because you think the ref's going to stop the fight for a second, and then you get hit several more times, it takes a lot away from your confidence.
Yeah.
So that's why I asked Fizz to do the M16 last time, to step up.
He did so good, man. That match was so fun.
It was a good back and forward.
It was just fun.
Watkins is a legend. Like, he's a super nice guy as well. Him and Fizz have got like a little bit of a jiu-jitsu rivalry. They've competed against each other a few times, and yeah, there's a couple wins each. So
he's from
CCMA
CCMA Weiler. He was at the Josh Barnett seminar when I went. I took Josh there and waited and shit, and I had a good chat with him. He's a really nice fucking dude, man.
Yeah, 100%. I got a lot of time for Josh. He used to come down with Alan when Alan was still living at Weiler. They'd like come down like once a fortnight when Alan was getting ready for fights, and he'd often bring Josh down and whatnot, and Josh would come and train. And yeah, he's a super good dude.
I have hell respect for those cunts down in Weiler because they don't have the culture that we have.
Nah.
They can't cross train. Like, they're pioneering their own thing.
Yeah, they're where we were 15 years ago.
Yeah, they're just trying to fucking work it and pioneer it themselves and build a culture themselves, which is really cool.
Yeah,
it's cool that they're so successful in competition.
Yeah, for sure, considering the limitations they've got on training partners. I mean, here, if you're getting ready for a fight and you really need to, like, it ain't hard for me to pick up the phone and go, hey, Miles, can we come down for a weekend? Or, hey, Craig, Louis needs some sparring partners. He's coming to Trinity on Saturday or whatnot, you know, or even like Westside, like obviously like Dave DeConti gave me my black belt, like he's my professor, and then Turner's professor is Leo. So we can either go, hey Leo, can you bring some heads down to roll? We've got Alec on the M16 tournament, or hey Dave, can I bring Alec down to M16? And yeah, no worries. Whereas they can't do that.
Yeah, Trinity's fucking really, because I think with Trinity, after like the split that happened, you just kind of went through a bit of a lull state from what I've seen, and you didn't, like, the gym now is like at a real stable position again.
Yeah, obviously when you lose your head coach,
yeah,
and one of the pioneers of the business, and you lose some students to them as well, you're not quite sure where you're at, who's going to take over, who's going to coach what, how the timetable is going to be, how you're going to structure. So we went through a massive restructure that probably took, 6 to 12 months to
just rebuilding.
And you have to nail the restructure to get the timetable right and the right coaches in. So sometimes you're bringing a coach and maybe they can't commit or they can't do it, so it doesn't work. So you've got to find the right people, invest time in them. And also some people can coach, but they don't know how to translate the information well. They need time.
Yeah.
So you have to put time into them. So like some of the stuff, like I know I've done in some of my classes, is I bring in a coach to help out with technique, show one technique in a class, and then give them feedback after, and then over time they take over the class.
Yeah.
So because at the end, I'm not going to be able to coach every class. Mike can't coach every class. I'm getting older. I can't coach everything. So you've got to invest. So yeah, we went through like a transition period, and now I feel like over the past 12 months, or 18 months, we've been quite successful when it comes to MMA, especially. We've had a great run with guys winning belts, guys winning fights, losing admirable fights where like no one's going in and just got destroyed. And then also on the jiu-jitsu scene, we've had a few guys that are doing really well as well that represent the gym as well. So like Alec's a great example. And look, Alec he still goes down to Matt Lab at Nick's gym and does wrestling. He wrestles with us, then goes straight to Matt Lab and goes to wrestling because that's something he wants to work on. So I think it's cool that
so there's not really like a bad blood. Like there maybe initially there would have been like a bit, I don't know the finer details, but maybe initially, but like now it's pretty civil.
Look, at the end of the day, like their gym exists within a couple of kilometres of us. I have no problem with my students going there. I know that Nick has a wealth of knowledge when it comes to grappling and wrestling. He's obviously very good himself. I mean, you've seen him compete.
Yeah, he's a good freak athlete.
He was my MMA coach for a long period of time, my wrestling coach. Like I learned, 50% of the stuff I learned off of him, and then the other 50% I've learned from other people. So he did play a huge impact. So yeah, I have no problem with my students going and training at his gym as well. It doesn't bother me. I don't care if they go train anywhere, to be honest. Like if it makes them better, go for it. would I be upset if they was the other way around and they said you can't come here if you go to Trinity? Yeah, that would piss me off. But that's not being said. Alex being allowed to come and do both.
Back and forth.
Chris Vadenas went to MATLAB on Tuesday night and wrestled after he wrestled at Trinity. Chris goes and trains with Tony. I think that's good. I think it's better for the sport.
Yeah.
Obviously, was I upset with the way we split? Yeah, I was. I consider Nick as one of my best friends, and I felt like I had no warning signs. But that being said, when we see each other, we always chat. If he wins a match or he has a competition, I always send him a message wishing him luck, same as Jackie. There's no I fucking hope they lose or anything like that. I always, I want them to win. When they do win, I'll send them a congratulations. A couple of times they've lost hard matches, I'll send them a message and say, hey, bad luck. Yeah. No, bad luck, on to the next one and whatnot. So, there's definitely... And, when they were at DFC, they had that Dan Moonchow, I think that's how you pronounce his name, I probably fucking butchered it, but he did a jiu-jitsu match on there, so they were in our corner, in our back rooms, and I chatted to him for a while. Ari, all things jiu-jitsu and fighting, and that was cool. So, yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I don't mind. Students go train there, go for it.
I don't think there's really, well, not to my knowledge, there's not really any MMA gyms in Adelaide that have host really bad blood. It's more the jiu-jitsu kind of, once you start getting into the jiu-jitsu politics.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it, jiu-jitsu? For the sport that it is, you'd think the beef would be in MMA. Because, people are seeing MMA as these fucking people, they just want to go out and beat the shit out of each other. And this is the outside perspective. But I think there's, it's worse in jiu-jitsu.
It's the worst.
I hear judo is really bad as well.
Yeah, it's just clicky.
Yeah.
Fucking Southside BJJ fucking hate Miles.
I don't know, whenever you get to a point where someone hates another gym, you need to look inside yourself.
It's just because of success too.
That's
it's not because
saying.
of anything.
Look inside. Don't ever look at the other gym and go, they're fucking doing this and look inside yourself and go, well, what are we not doing for our students to leave to go there all the time? It's a good sign of self-reflection. So anytime if a student of mine leaves the gym because of, if they're honest with you, a lot of times they won't be honest. I'm moving. And then you see they go to the gym next door. Do you know what I mean? But if they're honest with you, I'm just not getting the learning I wanted or something, well, then as a coach, you got to sit down and go, well, okay, what am I not delivering? Self-reflection. If you can't self-reflect, you're going to have a massive ego, and then you're going to take it out on the gyms that you're losing people to, and you're going to go, oh, fuck that gym, they steal all my clients, or they do this, or they do that. It's like, well, what are you not doing?
It's for some reason with jiu-jitsu, there's just this real... It seems like some gyms have a cult mentality where it's like, you fucking are this gym.
Yeah, I own you.
Yeah, I'm going to have sex with your wife.
Yeah.
There's some fucking weird gyms.
There's prima nocta, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but fucking... It's just... It doesn't... to my knowledge, no MMA gyms have that sort of rivalry in Adelaide where they where they won't allow you to cross-train. It's also big in, Muay Thai used to be like that. Muay Thai used to get a bit... You can't cross-train here and there from certain gyms I used to hear. But... It's just the older mentality of the old heads that grew up. You're a one club person. Yeah, you know what I mean.
I mean, and the thing is, you look at AFL even. How many players now are one club players?
Fucking no one.
Yeah, compared to what they used to be. Used to be a big prideful thing to be a one club player. Now it's they'll chase whatever the money is or success, and that's good and bad.
Are you a footy man?
I am. Yeah.
What's your flavour?
At the moment, unfortunately, Port.
I'm a Port supporter too.
Hey, good man.
I'm thinking about jumping to Tasmania.
We're in a rough transition period at the moment.
We shouldn't be in a transition period. We've got such a good team.
I'm just going to make it... I always make jokes whenever Port lose. I'll find another sport that I enjoy and jump on that bandwagon. So I just want to say I'm a massive... I don't care about anything. I'm a real Shield cricket man at the moment.
You are?
Yep, right on the Shield. Even though I didn't watch any of the Shield final, I haven't been to a Shield game since 2016. I'm really on the Redbacks.
I'm thinking of...
Because they won.
I'm really thinking of jumping ship to NBA.
Oh, yeah?
I haven't watched any NBA, but I'm like you. I can't physically bring myself to watch Port just fucking destroy my love for AFL. But the silver lining is Carlton is worse than us.
Yeah, and they've got a fucking good list too.
Carlton might be the worst team that's ever existed in AFL.
And that makes me happy because I really don't like Carlton or Carlton.
They're proper dickheads.
Oh, mate.
But it's wild how shit they are. It's wild how shit Port are. But Carlton are something special.
Yeah, you've got to look deep down in your souls to find out you're so shit.
You have such a fucking
Good
gun
list.
team.
They've just got it's like they've had a culture of losing for too long.
You've got the best midfield in AFL.
Yeah, but you can't win the centre clearance.
Yeah.
Well, so
Fucking Cripps will have one game where he has fucking 39 disposals, and fucking Colonel will kick 7 goals and they'll still lose a game. They'll still lose.
So you're jumping onto the NBA.
Yeah,
so
I might.
Who are you going to support?
Who's winning?
I don't fucking know. I don't follow it. I've been to a few games, but I don't follow it. I haven't followed it since Michael Jordan retired. So
Wherever LeBron James is, I'll go.
So you're a Lakers man.
I'm a Lakers man.
What do you think about his son, Bronny?
Bronny, apparently he's good.
Don't know. Get Stephen A. Smith up.
Didn't he have a fucking heart attack?
What, Bronny?
Yeah, he had like a heart attack.
Was that him? I thought it was the younger one.
Oh, he's got a multiple.
He's got it more than. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But Stephen A. Smith him and LeBron James had like some full altercation because
Really?
Yeah, because apparently Bronny sucks according to Stephen A. Smith, and they got into it, and then like on the court, like LeBron got into him.
I just think there's nothing like watching MMA.
That's the best sport.
There's nothing, and I feel sorry for people that don't understand.
Well,
Like a big card, like waking up the morning of like a Volk's, Volk's next fight. I'm gonna be sweaty.
I'm so nervous for this fight, man.
So Jones is in the camp, obviously, and he's over there, and he's saying, "Yeah, Volk looks good," and I'm like, "Yeah, so does Diego. Diego looks fucking really good."
The two things that worry me in this fight is Volk's age. Look at the people in the division under lightweight.
It's the speed.
The 35-year-olds over that don't have great success, and he's coming off of 2 bad knockouts.
And Diego punches like a fucking maniac.
So Volk has to fight this fight with the best fight IQ you can imagine.
He has to take it into the 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
He's got to drown him.
He has to drown this cunt. He has to fucking make it a boring fight for 2 rounds.
Even look when he fought Ilya. He was looking good. He was starting to pour it on, and then the one thing he couldn't do in that fight was have his back towards the cage.
That's what happened.
And then Ilya goes boom, boom, boom all over.
I really, really, really dislike that little cunt.
I will agree with you there. I really want him to go up and fight Islam because I want Islam to destroy him.
I want him to fight Charles Oliveira.
Get triangled or something.
Oh, bro, fucking he's changed his name from the Matador to the Legend.
Yeah, what a fuck. No, number one.
What fucking hasn't defended his belt?
Who gives yourself a nickname? Number one.
Yeah.
Like you normally get given a nickname. That's like to nickname yourself. Normally people say you're
you can't call yourself the Legend.
If you're the Legend, you better be friggin' having a record like John Jones.
Dude, that's another one that I want to see before the year's out.
Yes, I don't think it's happening.
I think Jones beats him as it stands.
Do you?
Oh, you can't. How can you say someone's going to beat John Jones?
I don't think he looked great against Stipe.
Fucking, yeah, he didn't, but that kick was phenomenal.
Yeah, that was a great time, but, I mean, Stipe looked so stiff. This is just what I think. I'm not saying I think Tom will win.
He's got the best chance of anyone to beat him.
He's got the best chance, but I think if Jones is...
He's a genius.
His fight IQ is amazing.
He's going to take him down and try and drown him.
Or gas him.
Yeah.
Because we've seen Aspinall not outside the first round of the UFC.
Yeah, he's got to take him down. He's got to throw some elbows, make it ugly, smother him.
And then eventually
work him.
But in that defense, Stipe was landing that jab on Jones, following up with 2 or 3. And
Tom's landing that.
Tom's landing the 2 or 3 as well.
Yeah.
And maybe that's hurting Jones. We don't know. Jones have to have a good game plan against him, which he will.
That's the fight. Because I heard a thing of him saying he'll take the fight, but he needs 6 months' notice.
Yeah.
There is no fucking way in hell John knows that's a good idea, because a 6-month training camp is not viable.
No.
So he's doing it. I believe he's doing it. So he's like, if you want me to fight in 3 months, you're going to have to double that fucking paycheck.
Yeah. Give me this millions and I'll do it. Or... I'll fight him in 6 months, and Jones will just sit around for 3 months
and then train for 3. Because a 6-month
and leave
fight
Aspinall hanging.
Yeah, a 3-month, and every day he doesn't fight him, Tom's getting better. Jones's level of greatness is capped.
Yeah, he's getting older. He's not going to be getting better.
He's not going to be learning any new skills. It's just getting into fight shape for him.
100%.
Whereas Tom
is getting better
and getting fitter.
Jones is literally... The only 2 things he can do is get fight fit and come up with a game plan.
Yeah, he wouldn't even need to drill anything the whole camp. He's not going to get any better.
He's not learning new tricks. Maybe he might refine a couple of things.
And hone in on some and sharpen some tools. But besides that, he knows how to fight. He's literally just got to get into fight shape.
100%.
It'd take him fucking a month.
Yeah. 6 months is ridiculous. Unless
not
he
viable.
needs that long to come off of the steroids.
Yeah, or you got to fit in a bender.
A couple.
You could
Some cocaine fueled benders. Maybe
6 months.
Maybe slap a couple of women.
Slap a couple women, run over a pregnant chick.
And then he's ready to fight.
It's wild that someone's so good that I'm willing to overlook every single thing he's done and call him the fucking man.
Yeah.
The steroid thing doesn't fucking register with me because every single person he fought was on them.
Yeah, most likely. The stuff that annoys me was the woman beating.
The woman
and
stuff's a bit wild.
The hitting the car and running and all that type of stuff. But yeah, he's still
the greatest.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at pound for pound, skills wise, like his fight IQ is second to none.
It's like people like Mike Tyson. I overlook fucking all of that shit.
What'd he do?
Tito.
No, Mike Tyson. What'd he do?
Oh, he didn't do shit. He didn't do anything. No, but like you know what I mean.
He was great to watch.
But terrible human being.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Well,
he did go to jail for sexual assault, but I don't think that.
It's such a touchy one. It's hard. But, like, I don't believe, but fucking if he did, it's terrible.
If it went to court now, I don't think he would be convicted.
Yeah, it's just funny when you, like, overlook fucking weird shit for greatness. Michael Jackson.
But Michael Jackson, what do you mean?
He was just friendly, dude.
He just liked to have
a chill guy.
Who doesn't, when they're a multi-millionaire, have like 10 kids sleep in the bed with them that are like 10 years old? Why wouldn't you?
Where's the parents? I've never understood that.
Where were they?
Yeah.
I don't know, off on holidays that he paid for while he's having... If you watch that documentary...
I have refused. Because I know it'll kill it for me.
There's this bit in just this one bit where the kid claims that he's now an adult, that Michael Jackson had the life-size Peter Pan cut out in the room, and when Michael Jackson used to fondle him, he used to just look at his Peter Pan statue and imagine he was in a Peter Pan movie to get through it.
Jesus Christ.
So back in the day at the gym, anytime it was a bad day at the gym, because me and Nick Hughes both watched it around the same time, Nick would say to me, if I was having a bad day in fight, can't people like, Ant, just look at the Peter Pan statue.
Where did he touch you? Dude, that's fucked up. That's so fucked up, but still great artist.
Yeah, brilliant music.
Separate the art from the artist.
I mean, he could dance. He could sing.
He was the man.
Yeah, fucking oath.
But I'll leave. It is a school night. I'm gonna edit the fuck out of this and get it up pretty early.
Yep.
I appreciate you coming on. Do you have anything you want to say?
Thanks for having me, man. It's been cool. I'd love to. I could probably chat with you all day because
we could.
We've only really scratched on the surface of MMA. I mean, we could have talked religion. We could have talked politics. We could have talked.
I heard you're a MAGA man.
Yeah. Well, who told you that?
I have a mole inside Trinity.
You've got reliable sources.
I've got a mole.
It may have even been Zack.
It could have been. His name does rhyme with Zack Tregambe Brawl Ace.
The only comment I'll make on that is on election day, I did come into the gym doing the YMCA dance.
You love it?
Oh, look. I also like to troll people.
People get really offended.
Oh, man. My sister hates anything that's conservative. She hates it. She's very liberal. Very, very liberal. Like in Australia, she would vote for the Greens. And I always make jokes saying, if you vote for the Greens, you should be deported and locked up in forever.
Our election's coming up next month, isn't it?
Yeah, 5 weeks.
What's the go? I fucking know way more about American politics than Australian.
Yeah, because it's...
Is it that Dutton? Is he the guy?
Well, I mean, I'm not a massive Peter Dutton fan, to be honest.
He's a bit of a cock, isn't
I'd rather him than Albanese. I mean, Albanese's a bum. But Albanese the other day, still blaming Scott Morrison for Albanese's government's what's going on. So, look, they're all crooks. Unfortunately, when you're held to a two-party system, you're never going to get a good candidate. And the problem is with our candidates. Like the thing I do respect about the American politics.
Oh, fuck.
It's all right, you can edit that out.
Wait, no. There we go.
Someone just get knocked out?
Nah, that was my fucking video just loaded. I was downloading something.
Good thing you can edit. Yeah, when you're held to a two-party system, and we don't even get to select the leader. Like, at least in America, they have primary elections where they select the leader of their parties.
That's what the primaries are.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're like a candidate, you might have. In 2016, Republicans there was like 19 candidates, and then they slowly drop out over as they go through different caucuses and stuff until you get to your top two, and then they vote, and then you get a leader that's going to run for president. The Democrats this time dropped out Joe Biden because he was like weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah. So
they put Kamala Harris in because obviously they didn't feel like they had time to run a primary. In Australia, I would love for us to be able to select the leaders of our party. I mean, remember when we went through more prime ministers We went through more prime ministers in like a 7-year period than I had in my whole
Bro,
lifetime.
I was overseas and I had no idea what was happening at the time.
If you're doing a dementia test, one of the tests is who's the prime minister. Now, if you're doing a dementia test at that point, I wouldn't have blamed you for getting it wrong. I went like
There was like 4.
Rudd, Gillard, Abbott, Turnbull, Morrison, all in like 6 years, or 5 years.
I remember it was fucking wild because I was overseas and I was not clued in, and I was like, "Oh, is that our prime minister now?" And they're gone. And now that's our I was like, "What the fuck?" It's like that South Park episode. That news anchor is like, "And it's gone."
Yeah, with the banking, and it's gone. Hey, what we can do is we can put that in nice portfolio for you, and it's gone.
I actually heard from my mole that you are an avid South Park enthusiast.
I am a very big South Park enthusiast.
I am a very big South Park nerd.
Hey, we gotta do this again, and we gotta talk something that isn't MMA, because I could talk about MMA all the time. But maybe we talk about some stuff like South Park. We talk about we can talk some stuff about you seem to be a serial killer because you've got Richard Ramirez on your wall.
Yes, I'm a serial killer.
So maybe
enjoyer.
Maybe we could discuss. Maybe we could do this is what I've always thought would be a good idea for a 10-15 minute conversation on podcasts. Mount Rushmoring different categories.
Mount Rushmoring.
The Mount Rushmore of serial killers. The Mount Rushmore of
You'd
MMA.
have to put Dahmer. Just for respect.
You got to respect his game.
Out of respect, you have to do Dahmer because he was just fucking... John Wayne Gacy was pretty good.
Gacy's pulled some strings. Bundy
was a madman. Then you got Charles Manson, who never killed anyone.
No, he did kill someone.
Did he?
Yeah, but not on those murders. He killed someone earlier.
And he was working with the CIA.
Well, that's MK Ultra.
That's fucking...
man, there's conspiracy theories. I love a good conspiracy theory. We could talk about MK Ultra.
I watched this doco once on this serial killer from, like, Germany.
Oh.
And he met this dude in a gay chat online. But this is, like, very early days of the internet.
Yeah.
There's a mad doco on it on YouTube. He met this guy and... his mother, he had all these perversions and he didn't really kick into him until his mother passed away because then he was home alone.
Yeah.
And he met this dude, he found group chats like these dark parts of the web, and he found this page of like it was a gay kink fetish chat thing.
Yeah.
Was talking to this dude from another country in Europe, and they planned, he wanted to eat someone and kill them. And the dude wanted to be eaten.
Yes.
So they fucking made this thing, and he made an alibi and told his family he was going away for work, but he caught a train to fucking Germany, and this dude drugged him and ate while he was alive, ate his cock and fucking recorded it all.
Then you die, right? The guy getting eaten.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. How do you get off about being eaten? Because it's a sexual proclivity.
I think he was awake for some of it.
So is he like...
No, he was eating him alive.
Yeah, but then he dies. How do you get to continue to enjoy it? Like, I get the person who's eating him. Where's the enjoyment in being killed?
I think when you get to that point, you're not thinking hell clear.
Yeah, if you want to be eaten, you've probably got some issues.
I don't personally think getting eaten would be that good. I'd eat some if I had to choose.
Oh, man, if it's a zombie apocalypse, I'm eating people, no worries.
If I had to choose between being eaten alive...
I'll be the eater.
I would be the eater.
Yes.
But it's fucking... That's such a wild fucking doco. Yeah, he eats his cock, records it all, feeds fucking some of the meat to his, like, neighbours and family.
There's one in Canada. I don't know if you've heard of Willie Picton.
No.
He's a pig farmer. So he used to kill hookers whatnot, right? And he put them through the mincer and then sell the meat with the pig meat. And there was a story of when he killed someone and he sold the meat to the family, and so the family literally would have eaten one of their family members.
That's like the Scott Tetheman episode of South Park.
Scott Tetheman.
Yeah. Cartman fucking feeds him his dad.
How much is that in pubes? Sorry, we don't take pubes. He's like, racist!
Oh, dude, there's fucking...
Serial killers, man. Oh, if you look at some of the Russians...
Russia would have the ones.
Andrei Chikatilo and Alexander Puchishkin, the chessboard killer. Like, he wanted to fill a kill for for everything on the chessboard.
That's fucked.
Yeah, there's some pretty fucking crazy ones out there, man. We definitely could indulge in some crazy conversations there.
We'll do it over some long necks.
Yeah, next time...
We're going to do it We'll do it soon. We'll run it back soon.
Yeah, we'll
do it before you jump into camp.
And I'll bring the beer because I can supply as much beer as you need.
We'll do it before the camp.
Let's do it. A couple of weeks' time.
I appreciate you coming on, Bynoe.
I had a great chat with you, man. Thank you for having me.
It's always a pleasure. Us.
Cheers, brother.